Hey, this is Matt. Once again, we're about to have videos, another paid request. This time for John, the Zero Cool. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for, he wanted me to take a look at the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Now, I'm not really good at reviewing songs, but I'll do my best. If people still want to send requests for that, be my guest. Can't promise it would be a good review because I don't know what the hell I'm doing on it. But he wanted me to take a look at the songs. He wanted me to give a rating, but I'm not really good at ratings. One thing about the soundtrack I'm a bit surprised by is, Dumb and Dumber. Love the movie. Have watched that film many, many times. And the songs, for the most part, in this, I think, work in context with the movie, where most of it used in little spurts, little moments, or the high points of those songs, and they work, I did, for the movie. And whether to transition from one scene to another, or things of that nature. One thing I thought was weird was the opening song is not on this soundtrack. With the Harry, Jeff Daniels with the dog, and when Jim Terry, Austria, let's have another trip with the Barbie, not knowing Austria and Australia is two different things. But that song, eat our go boom, bata shaka laka, bata pochi, like, eat our, like, that's that song from the opening. What I'm saying, I'm doing a shit job of it because I can't sing for shit. But I'm like, wow, that's not on here. But the other songs, you have the Crash Test Dummies, who I remember that band for two songs. One was literally the song was like, mm-hmm, 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 dun, 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 dun. There was a man who turned into a turnip kid. Oh, where the fuck is it? You try to understand what the fuck they were saying. It's like, he turned to a turnip kid? What the fuck? No. And the other was, there was a Superman song, like, Superman never made any money, saving the world from Hunger and Grundy. I mean, what the fuck, Grundy? Is that what he said? Oh, grungy? From grunge? He said Superman is saved from grunge music? I don't know what the fuck he said, dude. But it was kind of interesting to listen to, but this one was the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead with a female voice, Ellen Reed, in there. And some of these songs, I'm like, was that song in the movie? And then I hear that little moment, like, oh yeah, okay, it was in it. This had a decent drum beat, had a little bit of harmonica action. I didn't mind that song. I don't know where I would rank it, but it wasn't too bad. Dead Eye Dick, what a name for a band. New Age Girl. This is probably the songs I remember the most. And probably one of the songs I liked the most on the soundtrack. This is a song I remember hearing a lot back in the day. You know, Mary Mo, she's a vegetarian. Mo, Mary Mo, Mary Mo. I've got a new age girl. Tell me how she's like. She don't eat meat, but she sure like the bone. Bone, there, no. But no. Roof. She don't like eat, but she like the bone. That means she like the fuck in the ass, maybe, or in the cooter. So that it probably be looked at as that's so misogynistic. No, it's I want to fuck. Open your mouth or your legs. So I did like that song. It's a very catchy song. Especially Mary Mo, she's a vegetarian. Echo Belly, Insomniac, one of the worst songs on the soundtrack. I thought it was very lame. I thought it was very fucking boring. I barely even remember it in the movie. I'm sure, like, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. If I watch the movie, I'm like, okay, there it is. But anyway. If You Don't Love Me by Pete Droge? Drode? That song I didn't mind. No, I'm bad with songs, so I'm trying to remember, like, the beat of it, but. Cause if you don't like me, I kill myself. I remember getting the beat of that, but not being too shabby. It felt different than other songs in the soundtrack. That one was, I thought, one of the better songs. The Primitives, Crash, that had a nice energy to it. This, I guess, is a female band where here you go, way too fast. Got no cure for misery. Na 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 na. Ba da 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 da. That wasn't too bad of one either. Willie One Blood, whiny, felt like a Jamaican song. I thought it was like the Baha Men or such, or no, it's none of that. I didn't remember where the fuck this song was. I think maybe it's the song playing when Lloyd is in the bar talking with the. You come to find out as an agent. Maybe that scene? But I barely remember the song playing. I'm more listening to the dialogue, so that one I didn't care for. That would be in the little stores, boutique stores. But then after that, you have one of the best songs on it, the Gigolo. What was it? Gigolo Ants. My shitty writing didn't write it right. Uh, Where I Find My Heaven. This I definitely remember in the movie. This is when Harry and Lloyd reunite. Lloyd, Jim Carrey got the scooter, and Jeff Daniels like, "You traded our truck for this. For this, you have totally redeemed yourself." And they're on the way to Aspen, and you have that journey. Where I found my heaven, where I find my heaven, heaven. Hey, Monday morning. Very soothing song. Uh, I can see, like, that's a song that you hear more of compared to other songs on the soundtrack. Like, the opening song you hear a lot, which I'm surprised that's not on the soundtrack. Some songs you hear, like, a little bit here, a little bit there. But, yeah, that one, very explicit, not explicit, but used fairly well in the movie. Nice soothing song. I did like that one. Uh, One of the other worst songs, Butthole Surfers, Hurdy Gurdy. Now I do know the song The Hurdy Gurdy Man heard it in, for example, they used it in Zodiac, David Fincher film. But this is the Butthole Surfers version. It's very echoey, it's stuttering, it's awful. I would say that's the worst song on the soundtrack. So like if it's a scale, that is a zero. Maybe what was the one, Echo Bell Insomniac? Yeah, I'd give that a one just to give the other Butthole Servers, yeah. Well, they're called Butthole Servers, I guess. They stink of shit. Other songs, The Suns, Too Much of a Good Thing. That one I remember most for this guitar riff. I think that's the one that's like. Do 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 do. The rest of the song's not too bad either, but it's mostly like guitar riff that it's hard to replicate because I'm not good at it. Why don't you show it? Because YouTube likes to play favorites for copyright. 85 people could use it and be fine, but then me and some guy in, you know, down south would be like, no, you don't. You two don't get to use it. Tough titty. Green Jelly, the Bear song. I didn't know what the hell that was, but then it's when Mike Starr, the guy that killed their parakeet, but Harry and Lloyd don't know that. Harry and Lloyd have picked him up. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? They go to the bar. He's ready to poison them, but they trick him into eating this hot stuff. When he's eating it, and he's heating up, and Harry and Lloyd are watching and laughing, that hard rock song playing is this. I could do without the random sound effects of people burping, gunfire, someone saying, get a haircut. But I mean, not an awful song. I think it was used well enough in the movie in a little spurt, but would never listen to the full song again. That's what I mean. These songs will work well for the little spurts they're in, but sometimes it's like, yeah, there's a reason why they only want to use a little teeny bit there. The Lupins take. I remember that was used well in the scene. It's when they're driving at night and Jeff Daniels, he's sleeping, he keeps slapping himself awake. I think it was also when they stop. I think like Jim Carrey's carrying something to drink or something. Take me apart. That might have been before they went into that jacuzzi. I can't remember. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen the film. You said you love it. Yeah, but I don't have everything committed to memory. I'm sorry, folks. Delight, You Sexy Thing. It's another cover of it. It's not the best cover. You sexy thing, you. Says you came blonde, you sexy thing. That's when they're spending the money and they're doing these dress montages. Again, works for the scene. And that's how I would listen to on my own, but, not too bad. The Proclaimers, Get Ready, Here I Come. I think that's when they first start their journey in the van. I think that's a song playing when Jim Carrey's doing that. It seems like you're running really fast. I think it's during that. Get ready, here I come. Did not too shabby. Well, I would say my favorite songs would be New Age Girl. Actually, number one would be Where I Find My Heaven. Where I Find My Heavens would be number one. Two would be New Age Girl. Three would be If You Don't Love Me, I Kill Myself. And then if I did a top five, I would say number four, I'll go with The Primitives. No, I'll go with the Crash Test Dummies one, 4. And the Primitives Trash one, I'll go with that 5. So I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite soundtracks. The songs are more, I remember that moment from the movie, or that reminds me of that. Again, there's a couple songs I would listen to again. But in that era of soundtracks, no, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, because I looked at that era of soundtracks. Number one, I'd be more listening to musical scores like Cliffhanger and Demolition Man, Broken Arrow, Hans Zimmer. As much as I don't like the movie, I think the score to Alien 3 is really good, Elliot Goldenthal. But if you're talking soundtracks, Space Jam, I would put above it. R. Kelly might be a piece of shit, but he did some good songs, and even Batman and Robin, Gotham City, I did like that song. R. Kelly did. Batman Forever soundtrack I would put above this. God, now I'm trying to think of 90s soundtracks. Last Action Hero, it's actually a pretty fun soundtrack. I love the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Last Action Hero. First time, second time, third time's a charm. I had to think about that, like actual like soundtracks, not just scores. But definitely some in the 80s to think about, just give you some time. But yeah, I would say the songs worked in conjunction with the movie. I think the Farrelly Brothers did a good job with that. The guitar riffs, or like I said, that one guitar riff, I think it's from The Sun's Too Much of a Good Thing. But fits very well with the scene transition. I think it's when they fuck over the guys, kick his ass, Seabass. I think when they fuck over those guys and they leave, and you hear that guitar riff, and then they come out looking for them, but they've already gone. Like I said, it's very weird that some of the other songs, like I said, the opening song's not in there. The song when Jim Carrey's daydreaming that he's going to make love to the girl. That's not in there. Might be one or two others. I guess they couldn't get the rights to it. I don't know. But anyway. Overall, I mean, it wasn't bad to listen to this. Like I said, the worst songs I would say would be Butthole Surfer's Hurdy Gurdy. There's a shitty version of it with the stuttering. Echo Belly's Insomniac. Those are really the only two I hated. Well, really, One Blood, Whiny, that one. I'll put that one as well. Like, those three I did not care for at all. Those just say were at least interesting to listen to, especially the full songs, because again, some of these I'd only heard the spurts from the movie, so it was at least interesting to hear it that way. So with that said, thanks once again, John, the Zero Cool. Thank you so much for that. Very interesting request. At least nice change of pace. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.